heart of the entertainment world. The Hollywood Palace. With your host, Groucho Marx. Tonight, Margaret Dumont, the Four Kents, Jackie Green, Gordon and Sheila McRae, Miriam Makeba, Melinda Marx, Don Saunders, the Lydia Torres Spanish Ballet, Vigilaires and the Hollywood Palace Orchestra. All brought to you by Accutron, the world's most accurate timepiece, available at authorized Accutron jewelers. And now, according to my Accutron, it's time to see why your watch is wrong.
This is a balance wheel. You'll find one in every watch in the world. Every watch. Wind, self-wind, and electric. For the past 300 years, the balance wheel has made every watch in the world either too fast or too slow. This is a tuning fork. It runs on an electronic circuit and keeps time by vibrations. It divides every second into 360 equal parts. The Accutron timepiece uses this tuning fork instead of the balance wheel that a watch uses. And its time is so precise, we guarantee monthly accuracy within 60 seconds. 2 seconds a day. And your jeweler will regulate this accuracy free. Accutron, issued to X-15 pilots by the United States government.
And now, from the Hollywood Palace, here is your host, one of the all-time great names in entertainment, Groucho Marx.
Good evening and welcome to Medicare. Not me, you. It was just a year ago that I was your host in the Hollywood Palace. What are you doing here? Oh, you're in the show, huh? And now I'm back, which proves that around income tax time, there's nothing I wouldn't do for money. Well, hardly anything. This is a sort of a bon voyage appearance for me right after the show. I'm leaving for Europe. Or perhaps during the show. Look, if I'm boring you, I can leave now. And if you're willing to pay my fare, I'll take you with me. At any rate, I'm spending a week with General de Gaulle, and I'm having lunch with Brigitte Bardot. I wish it was the other way around. I don't know why. Would you mind going on with this? Actually, this guy gives me cards and spades all the time. Actually, I'm going to do a television show in London for 4 months. 4 months in London. That's a Chinese expression for one long fog. That's why all those boys in England have long hair. It's so foggy, they can't find the beauty parlor. I remember when they used to go to a barber shop. Thank you. I'm so grateful. I'll thank anything for this slight. A couple of weeks ago, this is the same audience we had at 5 o'clock. Except 3 of the people now is Snow White. There's one of them right there. And the 7 Dwarfs. And a couple of weeks ago, a friend of mine flew over to London. He didn't like the picture they were showing on the plane, and so he left in the middle. He's now known as the first airplane dropout. You can see him now anytime on television. He's called Flipper. Could have left that out. We have a real international show for you tonight. We have all kinds of people from all over the world, all of them without talent. A comedian from Scotland, a singer from South Africa, dancers from Spain, and right now, a bicycle from Denmark with 4 people on it. It's quite a trick. Here they are, the Four Kents. You know, I have an 18-year-old daughter named Melinda. And just like any average teenage American girl, she made a rock and roll record. Moved out of the house and got her own apartment. Tonight she's going to sing the song that's paying the rent for this apartment. You give her a big reception, and I'll give her a very small wedding. My daughter, the singer, Melinda Marks.
If you are lonely, I know a place where troubles can be erased. So come along down to the east side of town. Come on down to the east side of town. That's where the people are always gay, and laughter rings to the break of day. So get yourself down to the east side of town. On the west side of town, there's always trouble there. People may put you down almost anywhere. So come along with me. Oh, how happy we will be. You can be free, you will see. Maybe we can lose our troubles there and find true love and some to spare. So follow me down to the east side of town. So follow me down to the east side of town. The east side of town.
Melinda, that was wonderful. What was the name of the dance you were doing?
Oh, we were doing a lot of different steps. We were doing the monkey and the swim, the fruit, the jerk, and the slop.
Is there anything personal in that? And they say parents don't communicate with children. Tell you what, Melinda, let's sing one of the songs we used to do together when you were a little girl and I was the king of Babylon.
Daddy, I don't understand that.
I don't understand it either, but it sounds so literate. How about the good ship Lollipop? Oh, the good ship
I don't
Lollipop.
sing those lollipop songs anymore.
I see. You don't want to make a sucker out of your father, huh? Or a sinker. Daddy,
Daddy, I'm a teenager now.
you know, the thing to do with this audience is say everything wrong. You're a what, did you say?
I'm a teenager now.
Oh, so what? I'm a stone ager. I'll tell you what, you sing your kind of song and I'll sing my kind of song. And may the best man win.
Okay, O King of Babylon.
Oh, wise guy. musical demon, set your honey a dream, and won't you play me some rag?
melody.
Just change that classical nag.
Like my mother.
Do some sweet beautiful rag. If you will play from a copy of a tune that is choppy, you get all my applause. And that is simply because I want to listen to rag.
Musical demon, set your honey
play
a
a
dream,
simple
won't you play me some rag?
melody?
Just change that classical
Like
nag
my mother
to some
sang
sweet,
to me.
beautiful drag. If you will play from a copy of a
With
tune
good
that is choppy, you'll get all my applause.
harmony.
And that is
So,
simply because I want to listen to, I want to listen to, we want to listen to rag.
They tell me Melinda's record is selling like wildfire, and she's getting a lot of calls from the fire department. Now it's time we turn to a man who shouldn't be allowed out on the street.
A strange feeling of certainty seems to come over Accutron owners. Accutron time is kept by a tuning fork instead of a balance wheel. It splits a second into 360 parts and is used as a timer in satellites. What else can you be sure of these days?
I regret to say I'm now obliged to present a very talented comedian. Well, that's the way life is. Later, I intend to talk to him about that. My wife is crazy about him. And later, I intend to talk to both of them about that. Here he is, Shaky Green.
Thank you, Groucho. I think that's the most important thing in our business, a nice introduction. Because I had an introduction one time on a television show about 8 years ago, almost destroyed my career the way I was brought out. There's a guy on Sunday nights, I forget his name right now, but, he's tonight on our show. Well, I'd like very much, ladies and gentlemen, to introduce a young, fat, young, fat, young, fat, a young, fat. Made it sound like there was a Chinese comic coming out. Meantime, I'm backstage trying to lose weight fast. And here he is right now, ladies and gentlemen. Chicky, Chucky, whatever the heck his name is. And I ran out and said, "Thank you, Edie, Oodie. Whatever your name is." Actually, I've never worked a show after that, and that's one of the reasons why I'm glad I got the opportunity to tell you about it now. Recognition is the most important thing in this business. Different towns we play when you're recognized by different people. I was in San Francisco just before we had the pleasure of coming in and do this show. San Francisco. Anybody ever been to San Francisco in this room? Huh? They got one Chinese restaurant that flips me, a place called Johnny Khan's. You go into this place, now you always think that the Chinese people are humble because you see them in the movies. Oh, welcome. But you never know what they're saying down here. You idiot. And don't ever do what I did to a Chinese waiter. I said to the waiter, I said to him, "Psst, psst." He said, "Who you call psst, psst?" 14 years I've been a waiter. Nobody ever said to me, "Psst, psst." You want me, you call me by my right name. Psst, psst was the chef. I said, "Waiter, I'd like to learn how to eat with chopsticks. Ever since I've been a little boy, I've had this tremendous urge to learn how to eat with chopsticks." He said, "Me too." I said, "Don't you eat with chopsticks?" He said, "No, I was born in this country, San Francisco." I said, "How do you eat?" He said, "With 2 forks." He said, "But I have a cousin in the back. Just for this routine, he show you how to eat with chopstick. He was born in this country too. Yoo-hoo! And that was the guy's name, Yoo-hoo. And he came out. And he got me the chopsticks. He said, very simple to eat. Thank you very much for the chop. He's a chopstick holder. Very simple to eat with chopsticky, Ying. A lot of people think difficult, but basically very simple, like a mechanism. Mechanism, no trouble. Communism, plenty trouble. Mechanism, simple. First of all, Yang, you order fried rice. Even if you don't like a fried rice, please order fried rice anyway, because I got idiot chef in the kitchen make nothing but fried rice. Got the whole kitchen full of fried rice. I'd fire the chef, but I can't get the door open. A fried rice pile right at the door. So mach me meshugi. Oh, you all speak Chinese. Very simple to eat. Fried rice there, you pick up with stick, put right in your mouth. Oh, look at that little fried rice, go back to the kitchen. You look very familiar to me. Didn't I see you on television one time? Aren't you fat, young? You chicky, chai. Listen, how come all the comedians always tell English story? They tell Scotch story, Irish story, but they never tell Chinese story. And he proceeded to tell me, I think, one of the greatest stories I've ever heard in my life. A beautiful story about a Chinese father in Hong Kong that says to his son, and the kid said, and the father said, that was my reaction, too, when I... But the most important thing is to be recognized. Now, this man recognized me as fat, young, because in this business, in order to become a star, you must have some individual quality that people see. Like Frankie Lane, one of my dearest friends, I said to, unless he was here tonight, and I wouldn't mention his name because I don't know him personally, but Frankie Lane, I said to Frankie Lane one day, which was his whole name at that time, I said, Frankie Lane, how'd you develop that style that made you a star? He said, well, let me tell you, and I ran out of his dressing room. He said, nut. But think about the great stars in our business. Jolson. What made Jolson great? Was it the unusual songs that Jolson used to sing? Heavens to Betsy, no, because I actually met Betsy Heavens one day. She's, no, I really don't think. You're right, Groucho. It pays to make a mistake. And I think this show is it for me. Jolson developed a style, ladies and gentlemen, my audience, of singing on one knee. Now, how did he develop that style of singing on one knee? All by accident, New York City. The Winter Garden Theater. The year was 1926. I'll never forget it because I was there that night. And I turned to Florence Ziegfeld, who was with me, and I said, Flo, this guy's really great. His name is Jolson. And Florence Ziegfeld turned to me and said, shut up! You're only 6 months old. And Jolson sang a song I'll never forget if I live to be 100 years old. The greatest song I've ever heard. It's a song that you never forget. And he developed this style of singing on one knee when he sang. He sang another beautiful song I'll never forget. Rock-a-bye, my baby, with a dicky melody. And when you croon a tune right from the heart of little old Diggy. Come on and hang that cradle mine right upon that maiden Eden line. And one of the chorus boys said, Mr. Jolson, your pants are ripped. It made him a star. To Tennessee, with all the heart that's in ya, I weep no more, my lady, and sing that song for me. Soft and low, just as though you had me on your knee. A million baby kisses I'm gonna deliver if I can only eat my granny's chopped liver. Rock-a-bye, my rock-a-bye baby, with a dick thee, with a dick thee, with a dick thee, with a dick thee, melody.
Now let's look at a man with absolutely no self-control.
More music in a moment. But first, for those of you who want to set your watches, the time is exactly 13 minutes after midnight. That's 12:13. Now, back to more music.
Accutron owners have very little patience with the wrong time. Accutron time is kept by a tuning fork instead of a balance wheel. It splits a second into 360 parts and is used as a timer in satellites. What else can you be sure of these days?
This portion of the Hollywood Palace has been brought to you by Accutron, the world's most accurate timepiece. Available at authorized Accutron jewelers.
You know what flamenco dancing is? It's a military dance where you stand at attention and you bring up the rear. One of it's hardly worth it. One of its loveliest and foremost exponents is with us tonight. She used to be Joseph Greco's dancing partner, and now she has her own ballet company. And here she is, Lydia Torria and her fiery Spanish ballet.
Try something different for a change. Turn to Salem Filter Cigarettes for a taste that's springtime fresh.
Turn to Salem, turn to Salem, you'll enjoy that springtime taste. Turn to Salem, for a taste that's springtime fresh.
Discover Salem, the largest selling menthol cigarette in America. Salem brings you rich tobacco taste, menthol soft flavor. Salem flavor refreshes your taste.
Try something different for a change. Turn to Salem, you'll enjoy that springtime taste. Turn to Salem, for a taste that's springtime fresh.
For the next few moments, we'll have the privilege of hearing a fine and authentic artist. Not long ago, this young singer was a tribeswoman in South Africa, and now she brings the exotic music of her people to the whole world. Now, this is really true. Picture a little native girl as she sings about a pretty red dress that her father bought for her. As we hear an African game song by Myron Cohn, by Miss Miriam Makeba.
Magenda upi wangu bao ina mkokozo bovu magenda upi wangu bao ina mkokozo bovu mamae awati elele dina mkokozo bovu mamae awati edana dina mkokozo bovu awati elele bayali labanto mbati mama bayali labanto Gana mayani the banta awati e mama dinam gogo wati kuteri na mali sama you down in na mali somda kutena na tandi baga tende stando samwa Mama ndina mbakazo ndaupi wangu bawo mama ndina mbakazo ndaupi wangu bawo mama ndina mbakazo ndaupi wangu bawo mama ndina mbakazo awati elele ndina mbakazo awati edana ndina mbakazo
And now we have a bonny lad from Scotland. I think we can all use a little scotch right now. Particularly the producer of this show. So you take the higher road and I'll take the lower road and let's meet Don Sanders, shall we? funny man. We'll be back in a moment with a number called Captain Spaulding, which Melinda will tell you all about. And Gordon and Sheila McRae and lots more show in the Hollywood Palace. There's a couple on the show tonight that I feel very sentimental about. Gordon and Sheila McRae. Years ago, I went out with Gordon's mother. That time, she was known as Mother McRae. Oh, I feel for you. And here they are.
More than the greatest love the world has known, this is the love I give to you alone. More than the simple words I try to say, I only live to love you more each day. More than you'll ever know, my arms long to hold you, so my life will be in your keeping, waking, sleeping, laughing, weeping. Longer than always is a long, long time, yet far beyond forever, you'll be mine. I know I never lived before, and my heart is very sure no one else could love you more, love you more. Well, you know, I've been married for years. And I'll tell you one thing, my married life is never dull or boring. You know, it's constantly exciting because, well, Sheila is so many different people. And when I come home, I never know what glamour girl is going to meet me at the door. One night I walked in and there was Brigitte Bardot wearing a towel. I didn't leave because it had my initials on it. But last night I got the biggest surprise of all. Who was standing there but the wildest blonde you ever saw? The star of Hello, Dolly. The one, the only, Carol Channing.
Yes. Well, hello, Harry, and hello there, Louis. Gee, it's nice to be back here where I belong. And as you all know now, I'm in a great big hit show now, thanks to Louis Armstrong's record of this grand old song. So, wow, 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 fellas, look at old Dolly now, fellas. Dolly will never go away again.
Well, another time I came home and found a very unusual girl. She's funny, she sings great, and her name is Barbara Streisand. She's a big star on Broadway, and in case you haven't seen her, let me tell you about her. Well, well, better still, you've got to see her.
Hi, my name is Barbara Streisand, and I'm a star. Oh, I haven't been a star for too long, and I kind of get nervous. Is this dress okay? Oh, I think you're a marvelous audience, and if you're real nice, I'll let you see the rest of my face. Oh, I was terribly excited because before I came on, they told me I was voted the best dressed woman of the year by the editor of Popular Mechanics. Oh, could I have a chord, please? Oh, that's very classy. Happy days are here, my friends. It's the funny girls who set the trends. So I've got a nose with a the case of the Benz. But happy days are here, my friends. It was really worth the toil. Would you believe that I'm from Brooklyn soil? I'm a high-class, first-rate glamour girl. Happy days! Happy nights! Happy days! Ha! Here!
But there are times when Sheila's just herself, the girl that I married, the other half of my joint income tax return, the one I promised to love, honor, and sing duets with, Sheila McRae.
To be with you, stay with you every day. With you right or wrong, with you I will stay. With you I am strong. That's how it's got to be.
That's how it's gotta be.
My loving man and me.
My loving gal and me.
So we'll tell the world, make way for us. It's a sweet and golden day for us. Now the music starts to play for us.
I wanna be with you.
I wanna be with you.
I wanna be with you. We wanna be with you.
Like true stories with a happy ending? Watch this. Not long ago, Geraldine Mason had trouble hearing her college professors. Mrs. Dorothy Harris, an office worker, was making so many mistakes she was afraid she'd lose her job. Elliot Johnson, a sales executive, was losing customers and losing confidence in himself. Today, Geraldine Mason has a Bell-Tone hearing aid and a B average. Mrs. Harris has received 2 salary raises because she's so dependable, thanks to her Bell-Tone hearing glasses. Elliot Johnson is really in touch with his customers again with the help of his Bell-Tone hearing aid. Can Bell-Tone help you? Probably, even if you think a hearing aid won't help. See your authorized Bell-Tone hearing aid specialist soon for a free hearing test. He's in your phone book. Bell-Tone may bring a happy ending to your hearing problem.
Many years ago, in fact, long before I was born, my father did a musical number in a Broadway show called Animal Crackers. It became very famous, and tonight, for the first time on TV, he's going to do it in the Hollywood Palace. Margaret Dumont, who was in the original cast, is here tonight, too. And here they are, Groucho Marx and Margaret Dumont, in Hooray for Captain Spaulding.
I've an announcement to make. Captain Spaulding, the celebrated African explorer, is coming to town for a lecture. And he's spending the weekend as my house guest. That's a very great honor. There's Captain Spaulding now.
What do I owe you? What, from Africa to here, $1.35? Let me see your driving license. I told you not to go through Peyton Place. Here you are. You can keep the change. That's $1 bill. And have your shoes resoled, will you? Your brakes were slipping. All my pants, I think.
Captain Spaulding.
So are yours. Oh, what?
Captain Spaulding.
How do you do?
I'm highly honored.
Really? For a moment, I thought you were Haile Selassie. That's the kind of African jokes we have.
Well, a Rittenhouse Manor is at your disposal.
Well, I hope your disposal is working. Because I brought a lot of garbage with me from Africa. And I've been saying it all evening out here. I may have to do this over again in a minute. Meanwhile, I'd like to say a few words.
That's fine.
Hello, I must be going. I cannot stay. I came to say I must be going. I'm glad I came, but just the same, I must be going.
Say you must stay if you should go away. Just for this party she is throwing.
I'll stay a week or two. In fact, I'll stay the summer through. But I am telling you, I must be going. I'll do anything you say. In fact, I'll even stay. Good. But I must be going.
Captain, you must tell us about the African wildlife.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yes.
Well, yes. The first morning, we were up at 6. We had a good breakfast, and we're back in bed at 7 o'clock. The principal animals inhabiting the African jungle are moose, elks, and Nitsipithias. Of course, you all know what a moose is. That's big game. First day, I shot 2 bucks. That was the biggest game we had. Don't step on those few laughs I have.
Captain, tell me.
Where are you? Oh, you're
Did
still
you
here?
meet any wild boar?
Not until I saw you, man.
Tell me this. Do you hunt bear?
Are you kidding? I always wear a bikini. One morning, I shot an elephant in my pajamas. How he got in my pajamas, I'll never know. Then we try to remove the tusks. Try to say that, tusks. It's not easy with 4 teeth. We tried to remove the tusks, but they were embedded so firmly we couldn't budge them. Of course, in Alabama, the Tuscaloosa. No groaning, please. However, that's entirely irrelevant to what I was talking about. I took some pictures of the native girls while I was there, but they weren't developed. I'd be delighted. I am a very moral man. Sometimes I find it trying. This fact I'll emphasize with stress. I never take a drink unless somebody's buying.
The captain is a very moral man.
That's more interesting than what I was doing out here. If I hear anything obscene, I'll naturally repel it. I hate a dirty joke, I do, unless it's told by someone who knows how to tell it.
The captain is a very moral man. Hooray for Captain Spaulding, the African explorer.
Someone call me Schnorrer.
Hooray, hooray, hooray. He went into the jungle where all the monkeys grow nuts.
If I say here, I'll go nuts.
Hooray, hooray, hooray.
National Biscuit Company, what?
He put all his reliance
Sing it, Margie.
in courage and defiance.
Hey, hey!
He is the only hunter who ever shot a rhino.
I think this dame's a wino.
You brought his name undying fame, and that is why we say, hooray, hooray, hooray.
My friends, please. In all my...
For Captain Spaulding, the African explorer. He brought his name undying fame, and that is why we say, hooray, hooray, hooray.
My friends, in my many years...
Hooray for Captain Spaulding, the African explorer. He brought his name undying fame, and that is why we say, hooray, hooray,
Here's Edie Adams with Stan Getz for Muriel Cigars.
There's a new modern shape in the Muriel line, Muriel Panatella Extra. There never has been a cigar quite so fine as a Muriel Panatella Extra. Extra length, extra taste, extra pleasure by far. A Muriel Panatella Extra's a mighty good cigar.
New, mild Muriel Panatella Extra is the cigar in the modern style that gives you extra length, extra taste, extra pleasure for only a dime.
Play it cool. The price is only a dime. Why don't you pick one up and smoke it sometime? A Muriel Panatella Extra.
I want to say that Hertz didn't put me in the driver's seat. I did it all by myself, Mother. Let's all go to Vegas. You've been a wonderful audience tonight, and why don't you come along with me? I've got a double room, and, well, good night.
Of the Hollywood Palace has been brought to you by Consolidated Cigar Corporation, makers of Muriel, the light cigar in 6 shapes for thoughtful modern smokers. And by the makers of Beltone hearing aids. If hearing is your problem, Beltone is your answer. This is Dick Tufel speaking. Don't forget next week at the Hollywood Palace. Ben Blue, The Cherokees, Dorothy Collins, Lola Dobrich, Frank Gorshin, Jackie Leonard, Lillian Montevecchi, and your host, Pat Boone.